In this class, you will learn about the 10 thematic strands of social studies. Number 1. Culture. This class will include experiences that provide for the study of culture and cultural diversity. Cultures are dynamic and change over time. There are various aspects of culture, such as belief systems, religious faith, or political ideas, that influence other parts of a culture. You will identify the cultural basis for some celebrations and ways of life in the community and in examples from across the world. Number 2. Time, continuity, and change. You will learn about the study of the past and its legacy. The study of the past makes us aware of the ways in which human beings have viewed themselves, their societies, and the wider world at different periods of time. We will learn how the world has changed and how it might change in the future. You will gain experience with sequencing to establish a sense of order and time, and begin to understand the historical concepts that give meaning to the events that they study. Number 3. People, places, and environment. We will study how people make an impact on the environment around them. You will examine the influence of physical systems such as climate, weather, and seasons, and natural resources, such as land and water, on human populations. You will study the communications and transportation networks that link different population centers and the reasons for these networks and their impact. You will know why people decide to live where they do or move to other places and the push and pull factors related to migration. Number 4. Individual development and identity. You will study how to develop and identify your own identity, as well as others. You will learn how to grow and change physically, emotionally, and intellectually. You will hone personal skills such as demonstrating self-direction when working towards and accomplishing personal goals. You will find how social, political, and cultural interactions support the development of identity. Number 5. Individuals, groups, and institutions. You will study the interactions among individuals, groups, and institutions. Schools, religious institutions, families, government agencies, and the courts all play an integral role in our lives. You will also determine how you can contribute to the shared goals and desires of society. Number 6. Power, authority, and governance. You will study how people create, interact with, and change structures of power, authority, and governance. You will learn basic ideals and values of a constitutional democracy and understand our system of government. You will also learn how different groups and nations attempt to resolve conflicts and seek to establish order and security. By applying concepts and methods of political science and law, you will learn how people work to promote positive societal change. Number 7. Production, distribution, and consumption. You will learn how people organize for the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. You will learn what is to be produced, how is production to be organized, and how are goods and services to be distributed and to whom. You will gather and analyze data as well as use critical thinking skills to determine how best to deal with the scarcity of resources. Number 8. Science, technology, and society. You will learn how science and technology have impacted our society. Science, and its practical application, technology, have been a major influence on social and cultural change and on ways people interact with the world. How are cultures that are geographically separated but impacted by global events brought together by the technology that informs us about events? And offered hope by the science that may alleviate global problems such as diseases. Number 9. Global connections. You will learn about global connections and interdependence. World trade has expanded and technology has removed or lowered many barriers, bringing far-flung countries, institutions, and systems together. You will learn about how ideas spread between societies in today's interconnected world and how this results in change in those societies. Number 10. Civic ideals and practices. You will study the ideas, principles and practices of citizenship in a democratic republic. Understanding the basic freedoms and rights of citizens in a democracy, and learn about the institutions and practices that support and protect these freedoms and rights, as well as the important historical documents that articulate them. You'll learn by experience how to participate in community service and political activities and how to use democratic processes to influence public policy. I look forward to teaching you about the 10 thematic strands of social studies this year.